Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Game Day in the Region on the Region Sports Network. We come to you today from Four Winds Field in South Bend as Region Sports Network presents coverage of the 2025 IHSAA State Baseball Tournament as the Fort Wayne Snider Panthers take on the Valparaiso Vikings in the opening round of the Class 4A Semi-State. I'm Leo Staudeher, and I'll have the coverage for this afternoon's matchup. 8 teams remain in the state, and the Vikings are among them. It has been a good run for Valparaiso, and they're looking to continue it here against a tough team from Fort Wayne. The Vikings enter with a record of 23-5 on the season, 10-4 in Duneland play. They have won their last 17. While the Panthers of Snider are 24-6 on the year, they are 14-0 in Summit Conference play. They have won their last 3. So we'll keep things moving along. The first pitch forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast, it's 66 degrees and cloudy here in Valparaiso, or in South Bend, pardon me, as it is cloudy, the wind is blowing in. Temperature should increase to the mid-70s later in the afternoon. And that's the game night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Now it's time to look at the Great Lakes Sports Hub batting order, first for the visiting Valparaiso Vikings. Gabe Bush leads off and plays center field. Trent Gill bats second, plays short. Trevor Fenters bats third, plays first. Caden Kroll is the pitcher. He's in the cleanup spot. Adler Holtz bats fifth. He plays third. Max Ream is the catcher. He bats sixth. DJ Malloy bats seventh, plays second base. Drayden Wilcox is the designated hitter. He bats eighth, and Matt Savanek plays right field. He bats ninth. Nate Simpson will be in right field for the Vikings. Caden Kroll on the mound. We'll have the lineup from Fort Wayne Snider in a moment, but the Great Lakes Sports Hub, more than a dome. As you see the Panthers taking the field, getting ready for first pitch. Today's national anthem is courtesy of Bada Boom Fireworks in Lowell and DeMott. You can find great deals at Bada Boom with deals up to 50% off select items.
And varsity from Valparaiso, Todd Evans. At this time, we ask that you all rise, remove your caps in honor of America for the singing of the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streamed, and the Rockies red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
There was your national anthem as the pregame coverage of this Class 4A semi-state semifinal rolls along here. Let's meet the starting lineup for the host, Fort Wayne Snider Panthers. Again, brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. For the Panthers, Brandon Logan plays center field. He leads off. Camden Davis plays second, bats second. Landon Fry bats third. He plays short. Isaiah Snavely is in the cleanup spot. He will be playing third base. Jack Mormon is the catcher. He will be batting fifth. Brady Keck plays first base, batting sixth. Noah Hess will be the pitcher. He bats seventh. Trevor Jarvis plays left field, bats eighth. And Raiden Morrow rounds out the 1 through 9. He plays right field. So that is the starting lineup for the Panthers, brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. Host your next team gathering at Great Lakes Sports Hub in Crown Point. Check them out on the web at greatlakesportshub.com. It's now time to take a look at the starting pitchers for today's game. That means we turn to the Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers for today, presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. For the home team, Noah Hess will take the mound for the Panthers of Snider. He is 6-0 on the year with an ERA of .76. This will be his 12th appearance. The lefty has gone 55 innings pitched, 32 hits against him. He has allowed 9 runs, 6 of them earned, while walking just 10 batters and striking out 62. He will be going against another crafty lefty from Valparaiso. Caden Kroll takes the mound for the Vikings. The Notre Dame commit is 5-0 on the year with an ERA of .34. 41 innings pitched for Kroll, 16 hits. He has allowed 3 runs on the year, 2 of them earned, while walking just 7 and striking out 77. Those are your Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers for today's game. Enigenberg Exteriors, your all-in-one roofing specialist. Visit ebergexteriors.com for a quote. Gabe Bush steps into the left-handed batter's box, and we are getting ready for baseball here at Four Winds Field. Hess delivers, and Bush takes that first pitch inside at 10:53, and we are underway here in South Bend. The next pitch inside again, a fastball from Hess. So Bush, a couple takes on inside fastballs. Bush, a Purdue Northwest commit, he shows bunt, lays off that fastball, which is called for a strike. Bush batting .370 this season with 30 hits. He's driven in 16 runs. The 2-1 floated towards right field. It carries just past the second baseman, Davis, and drops for a leadoff single. Bush starts the Vikings off with a base runner. He was just able to get that one off the top of the bat and poke it. It was just drifting shallow right field. Davis, the second baseman, dove for it, and it went just a little bit past his outstretched glove. And it puts Bush on first base. The batter now, Trent Gill for Valparaiso. Gill, right-handed batter, takes a strike on the far side of the plate. Starts off the count 0-1. Gill batting .323 this season. The junior committed to Indiana. Hess tosses over to first base. Bush slides back safely. The Vikings have won their last 17 games. It's been a good postseason with wins over Hobart, Portage, and a great regional championship against Crown Point. Gill takes a strike. Count moves to 0-2. A 5-0 win against the Bulldogs to help the Vikings capture their first regional title. And Gill cracks this one towards right field. It's looping to Morrow, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So Gill flies out to right. Bush stays put at first base. Wasn't deep enough for him to tag in advance. Playing at Four Winds Field, home of the South Bend Cubs, as Trevor Fenters takes the right-handed batter's box. Hess quickly speeds a fastball inside. Count goes 1-0 to the Vikings' number 3 hitter. Fenters, the senior, committed to Indiana State. The 1-0 pitch, he gets Fenters to wave over that breaking ball. So Hess, the lefty, threw a curveball that was just sliding away from Fenters, the right-handed batter. Took a little something off it, too, and got the tall righty to swing over it. Fenters batting .384 this season. 9 doubles, 2 triples, a home run, 17 RBIs. Hess misses outside, moves the count to 2 balls and a strike with 1 away. Bush, the leadoff man, on first. Fenter's trying to deliver for his team here as Hess sends a fastball upstairs. For Fort Wayne Snider, they're playing in their first semi-state appearance since 2009. They had a 9-1 win versus Homestead in the regional championship as Fenters takes that one away for ball 4. So now the Vikings increase the pressure with runners at first and second. Fenters at first, Bush at second, and the batter, Caden Kroll for the Vikings. Kroll, the starting pitcher today, playing here in South Bend. He'll be getting used to that over the next 4 years. And he jabs this one through the gap, or just the second baseman makes a diving play, but there's no throw to make. Davis just was able to flash the leather and stop it in shallow right field, but nobody was covering first base. So both runners advance, Kroll is safe, and the Vikings have the bases loaded here in the top of the first. It was a great play by Davis to even give that one a chance. I got a little ahead of myself, said it was going to get through, and then Davis just able to slide and make a great stop. But then nobody was at first base, so Kroll was able to leg that one out. So the starting pitcher helps out his own cause, gets the single, moves Bush from second to third, and Fenters from first to second. So the bases are loaded, and the batter, Adler Holtz, the Vikings' third baseman. Holtz batting .388 on the season with 6 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs. He's driven in 19, and he has an opportunity here to add 3 to that total. Holtz, a commit signee to Florida Southern, so a lot of college players on this Viking lineup that will be taking their talents to the next level. Same with this Snider lineup. We'll have more on them in the bottom of the inning. The first pitch to Holtz, low for a ball. So 1-0 the count to Holtz against Noah Hess. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, we go 2-0. Vikings wearing their green uniforms with black pants, white and black stripes along the sleeves, white numbers on the back. The 2-0 pitch, called strike 1. Vikings in white cursive script across the front of the jersey. Green caps with black bills. The 2-1 pitch to Holtz, low for ball 3. So the count now 3-1. With the bases loaded, there is nowhere to put Holtz. Gabe Bush is the runner at third base. A walk will score him. Now the 3-1 pitch. Fouled away by Holtz. Will go full at 3-2. Hess was just able to get Holtz swinging under that one, and he fouls it back towards the screen behind home plate. Now the payoff pitch. Holtz jabs it through the middle. It rolls out to center field. Bush will score. Gill turns the corner but holds up as there was a good throw by the center fielder Logan. But it's an RBI single for Adler Holtz. The bases remain loaded with just 1 away, and the Vikings strike first here in the opening half inning. So that's the start the Vikings wanted. Load the bases, bring in a run, continue to crank up the pressure for the batter Max Ream. And Ream has been having a great postseason for the Vikings. With Gill the only out of this inning, Fenters the runner at third base, Kroll the runner at second, and Holtz the runner at first. For Ream, he had 2 home runs against Portage in the sectional championship. He had a home run against Hobart in the sectional semifinal. Prior to that, he only had 1 home run on the season, so he's had 3 home runs in the postseason, 2 of them in the sectional championship. He's been swinging a very good bat as of late. Batting .333 on the season with 24 ribbies. First pitch from Hess. That spins in for a strike. Ream, the right-handed batter, catcher for the Vikings this morning. Hess sends the 0-1 pitch towards the plate, and Ream lifts it towards left field. Jarvis is going back, and he will make the catch, but tagging and advancing to the plate is Fenters. He will score, so the Vikings add another one. It's a sacrifice fly for Ream. He does his job, and it's a 2-0 lead for Valparaiso here in the top of the first. It's 25th RBI for Ream on the season. He brings Fenters across the plate. Kroll still the runner at second and Holtz at first base. There are two away, and the batter now DJ Malloy, the junior second baseman for the Vikings. Count 0-1 to Malloy. The pitch from Hess, called strike two on the outer third of the plate. Malloy batting .393 on the season, 18 RBIs, 6 doubles for the junior. The 0-2 pitch just misses outside, moves it to a ball and 2 strikes. But Hess trying to get out of this inning with the damage, just 2 runs. His 1-2 pitch, and Malloy jabs it towards right field. It drops just fair, and in around to score is Kroll, and the Vikings make it a 3-0 lead on that RBI single from DJ Malloy. Malloy drops it opposite field. The right-handed batter takes it towards right field. It dropped just fair along that right field line. Kroll, who was being pinch run for by Dilly. So Dilly turns up the Jets and scores from second. Holtz goes from first to third on the play. For Malloy, it's an RBI single, his 19th run driven in this season. Drayden Wilcox bats for the Vikings, righty. Wilcox takes a first pitch strike on the fastball from the southpaw Hess. Count goes 0-1. Wilcox, DH this morning, is the punter for the Viking football team. The 0-1 pitch. He lifts it high in the air, and it goes over the screen into the crowd along the first baseline. But for the Vikings, getting 3 runs on the board against Hess, that is huge. Hess on the season, just 9 runs are allowed going into this game, 6 of them earned. And then Wilcox chops this one over to third base. Handled by Snavely, he fires a dart across the diamond where it's handled by Keck, and that will end the first inning. But the Vikings get the job done. 3 runs on 4 hits. That really sets up well for Caden Kroll, who will take the mound in the bottom half of this inning. That's coming up next. Stick around. You're listening to Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantail.com or download our app today.
You're listening to Region Sports Network coverage of high school baseball on Facebook, YouTube, regionsports.com, and the IHSAA Champions Network. Bottom of the first inning here at Four Winds Field. Brandon Logan leads off for Fort Wayne Snider. They are wearing their yellow uniforms with cursive script across the front, black numbers on front and back, some white and black stripes along the sleeves, black caps with the Snider logo on the front, white pants with a black stripe, yellow socks. So Logan leads off as the Panthers will look to answer back after what was a very good top of the first for Valparaiso. And we have a pair of Fighting Irish commits facing off here, and Kroll, the pitcher, and Brandon Logan, the Snider center fielder. Count evens up it's 0-2 as Logan went around enough for a strike, but Logan committed to Notre Dame for football and baseball, while Kroll, the left-handed pitcher, will be playing baseball for the Fighting Irish, so both of them getting comfortable here in South Bend. The 0-2 pitch, and Kroll gets Logan to wave over that one for strike 3. He starts the Panthers off with a strikeout here in the bottom of the first. 3 pitches was all Kroll needed there. Went with a fastball called strike 1, got him to check up on a low bender for strike 2, and then took a little something off that, got him to swing above strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, results in 1 out. First pitch to Camden Davis is a fastball. He can't catch up to it for strike 1. Snowballs and a strike to Davis, the senior second baseman. Batting .305 this season. The 0-1 from Kroll outside. But Caden Kroll, that was his 78th strikeout on the season, just 7 walks against. You spot him a 3-run lead, he could really get cooking. He gets Davis swinging, missing for strike 2, a ball and 2 strikes. Kroll 8 strikeouts against Crown Point in the regional championship. He settles, and the lefty fires the 1-2 to the plate. Davis fouls it away along the right field line, and it goes out of play. Complete game shutout for Kroll against Crown Point in the regional championship. He picked up the win in the sectional championship, and now he takes the hill in the semi-state semifinal. Now the 1-2. Outside, evens up the count at 2-2. So Kroll, the top-ranked left-handed pitcher in the state, trying to help his team out here and keep the run going for the Vikings. The 2-2 pitch is outside. Count goes full at 3-2. Ream, the catcher, had to really do a good job of reeling that one in to prevent it from going to the backstop. But so Davis has now worked the count full after falling behind 1-2. Trying to help his team out and get a base runner here. The payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Davis takes that one at the inside, the inner corner of the plate. Back-to-back punch-outs for Kroll. There are 2 away. The batter now, Landon Fry. Senior shortstop for the Panthers. Fry will be taking his talents to Indiana University next season to play for the Hoosiers. Batting .468 this season. 44 hits. He's driven in 46 runs. Takes a first pitch strike from Kroll. So Kroll, you can see pitching really well today. 2 strikeouts to start off the day. The 0-1, low for a ball. Count goes 1-1, but Kroll picked up the single in the top half of this inning. Now 2 punch-outs in the bottom. He has really helped the Vikings get off to a good run here in the first. Now the 1-1 pitch. And Fry fouls it along the right field line. It loops into the well near the bullpen area on the Snider side of the field. They're occupying the first base dugout. Vikings in the third base dugout. The bullpens are along the baselines as well. Seats behind the fence in left field. Plenty of fans in attendance as Fry fouls that one towards the Viking dugout. Fry, a 4-year starter for these Panthers. 3-time all-conference selection. Trying to help continue his very accomplished career before taking his talents to Bloomington. The 1-2 pitch from Kroll. Chopped towards third base. Holtz gets there, throws across the diamond in time to Fenters for out number 3. So 2 strikeouts and a ground out. The Panthers go down in 1-2-3 fashion. We head to the second inning. You're listening to Game Day on the Region on Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Enigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Enigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit enigenberg.com for more information, or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Enigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com, or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Top two here in South Bend as the Vikings lead the Panthers 3-0 here in the Class 4A semi-state semifinal. 15 pitches was all Kroll needed to work through the top three batters of the Panthers as Matt Savanek takes a first pitch strike from Hess. And for Noah Hess, we'll see how he bounces back here, or tries to bounce back in the top of the second after the Vikings scored 3 runs on 4 hits in the first. He's able to spin in a called strike 2 to Savanek, batting .309 on the year. So he's not your typical 9-hitter. The 1-2 pitch. He's able to, it's swing and a miss for strike 3. I thought he got a piece of it, but it goes into the glove of Moorman. That is strike 3, so the punch-out starts off the second inning. Savanek goes down swinging, and now the top of the order back up for the Vikings. Gabe Bush started the day with a single. He scored. He bats for the second time here against Hess. First pitch will be a strike from Hess to Bush. Bush, the left-handed batter, waits for the 0-1. It is to the far corner for strike 2, so he's quickly behind 0-2, and so Hess has been aggressive going at these Viking hitters in the second inning. The 0-2 pitch, called strike 3, back-to-back punch-outs for Hess. He freezes Bush. There are 2 away, and the batter now, Trent Gill. That's more of what we expected to see from Noah Hess. We mentioned him going into this game, 62 strikeouts and 10 walks on the year. He walked 1 and gave up 4 hits in the first inning. Now he's added 2 punch-outs for a quick second inning. Trent Gill drives that one along the third baseline, but it slices foul. So the count 1-1 with 2 down. Gill flew out to right field in the first inning. Now the 1-1 delivery from Hess. Gill fouls it off the catcher. Moorman behind the plate, Hess on the mound. Snavely and Keck at the corners. Fry and Davis, the middle infield. Jarvis, Logan, and Morrow from left to right in the outfield. The 1-2 pitch misses high and away. So 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away here in the top of the second. The breakthrough pitch had some nice movement, but it was low near the ankles of Gill for ball 3. So now Gill has been able to work the count full, trying to extend the inning. The payoff pitch. Gill drives it foul towards the left field bullpen, or the third baseline bullpen of the Vikings. It ricochets off the wall along the third baseline and goes out to left field, so he stays alive, fouling off a good 2-strike pitch. And that helps out the Vikings as Hess's pitch count is up to 43 already here in the second inning. Now the 3-2 delivery. Low and away for ball 4, so Gill extends the inning. Second walk of the day for Viking batters. And now the batter, Trevor Fenters, who had the first walk of the day. And Hess had only had 10 walks going into this game in 11 starts. He has 2 this morning. He throws over to first, but Gill dives back in time. Fenters walked and scored in the first inning. First pitch. He wastes no time, puts it high in the air to the right side of the diamond. It's slicing foul. The right fielder, Morrow, leaps and tries to catch it. It drops to his right. He had to navigate. He was going to that first baseline bullpen in foul territory and had to kind of go up the mound a little bit while also trying to make the catch and just couldn't quite get it done. There were 3 Panthers in the vicinity of it, but Morrow had the closest opportunity and just missed. So the count quickly 0-1 to Fenters, who was maybe given an extra opportunity with the Panthers being unable to field that foul ball. So the 0-1 pitch to the Indiana State commit. Inside for ball 1. Fenters has been the other part of that two-headed monster for the Viking pitching staff, but he's been swinging a good bat as well. Called strike 2 on the outer third of the plate. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Fenters batting .384 this season. 9 doubles, 27 RBIs. Hess throws over to first base, but Gill gets back safely. So 1-2, the count remains. Fenters, the right-handed batter, gets ready. And he lofts this one to the gap in right center. Morrow and Logan looking for it, and Morrow's able to get there, makes the catch just a couple feet shy of the warning track for out number 3. So that will end the inning. The Vikings get a runner on, but leave him stranded. We are through an inning and a half. Valparaiso leads Fort Wayne Snider 3-0. You are listening to Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step towards your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Back in action here at Four Winds Field, bottom of the second inning. Fort Wayne Snider will send Snavely, Mormon, and Keck to the plate against Kroll for the Vikings. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man superhero of the game, Crowell Companies, the business professionals. Snavely will lead off the inning. He's batting .370 on the season, 37 hits, 8 doubles, 4 triples, 3 home runs, and 37 RBIs. He is regarded as one of the top prospects in the class of 2027. So he's trying to help his team work their way back into this game, down 3-0 against the Vikings. Kroll only needed 15 pitches to get through the first inning, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. So the number 4 hitter in the lineup up for Fort Wayne Snider, as the Vikings have been playing some tremendous baseball as of late. 17 consecutive wins. You look back, their last loss was back in April 26th at Columbus East, a 5-2 loss. And that was when people around the Viking program felt like they kind of gave away, and they've really just been playing well. They lost 4 of their first 5, 2 to Lake Central, 2 to Crown Point, and just really have turned a corner with that record of 23-5 on the season. 17 consecutive wins. Kroll gets Snavely to swing over the first pitch. Now the 0-1 delivery. Low and away, evens up the count at a ball and a strike. 10-4 in Duneland play. It tells you how good the Duneland Conference was this year. The Vikings finished 3rd. The 1-1. It's away for ball 2. 7-2 at home for the Vikings, 11-3 on the road. 5-0 at neutral sites, which today would be one of those. 237 runs for, 240 runs for now, and 65 runs allowed. The 2-1 is fouled away towards the Viking dugout, so the count even up at 2-2. So Snavely trying to get on base here for the Panthers. The 2-2 delivery, lifted foul over the screen. Count remains 2-2. His dad was drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays, which Kroll, also son of a big leaguer. His dad, Jim, played parts of 3 seasons for Cleveland, Philadelphia, and the Marlins. The 2-2, driven foul high towards left field, and it goes out of play. So Jim Kroll, Caden's dad, also a Valparaiso high school graduate, played at University of Indianapolis. Played baseball, basketball, and cross country for the Vikings. The 2-2 pitch, fouled away. Kroll had that little hesitation in his leg kick. He does that from time to time where he brings the leg high, almost comes to a complete stop, and then goes forward, tries to throw off the timing of the batters, kind of like what Johnny Cueto did for so long. So now he takes a long pause, looks down to Ream for the sign, holds the glove near the belt, and Snavely steps out of the box. Snavely, the left-handed batter, facing the southpaw in Kroll. A little bit of gamesmanship between the two. So now the 2-2 pitch. He speeds the fastball and catches Snavely looking for strike 3. It's the third punch out of the day for Kroll, and it's the first out here in the second inning. So he went with that low fastball and just caught Snavely looking. 91 miles per hour on the video board. That was the 80th strikeout of the season for Kroll. 80 strikeouts to just 7 walks. Any coach will take that from his ace. The first pitch now, skipped along the first base line. Fenters waits for it, steps on the cushion. He retires Mormon for out number 2. So one pitch was all Kroll needed there. Fenters helps him out. And that was a good call by Fenters. Waited for it to get to him, and then all he had to do was step on first base. Brady Keck, the sophomore first baseman, bats for Snider here with 2 away, nobody on base. Kroll has been working quickly, just 24 pitches. This will be his 10th delivery of the inning. And he jams it towards third base. Holtz waits for it, picks it up, throws across the diamond. It hops over to Fenters, and he scoops it up for out number 3. So another quick 3-up, 3-down inning for Kroll. The Vikings leading by 3 after 2. You're listening to Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
At the conclusion of today's game, we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. Top of the third inning, Valparaiso leads Fort Wayne Snider 3-0. Caden Kroll will lead off, followed by Holtz and Ream. Kroll singled and scored in the first inning, so he has been throwing the ball well today, and he had a good at-bat in the first. Kroll has faced 6 batters and sent all of them back to the dugout through 2 innings. Takes the first pitch from Hess. So 2 of the top left-handers in the state facing off today on the mound. And Hess really did bounce back well. Had a quick second inning with the walk to Gill, but then was able to work 3 good outs, 2 strikeouts in that inning. Hess will be pitching at Trine University next season. Count 2 balls, no strikes. Fastball misses inside. So the count quickly 3-0. And for Hess, he hasn't walked a lot of batters, but 2 walks already in this game and in danger of a third here. And that will be ball 4 as he had a off-speed pitch that was low near the ankles of Kroll. So he walks. He'll be on base for the second time today. And Logan Dilly will be the courtesy runner for Kroll. So Dilly, the courtesy runner, and Holtz, the runner at first base. Holtz singled and drove in a run in the first inning for Valparaiso. Waits for the first pitch from Hess and fouls it towards the catcher. So the count, no balls and a strike. That was Holtz's 20th RBI. Works with Dilly at first base. The 0-1 pitch from Hess. And Holtz sends it towards left field. It rolls to Jarvis. It's another single for Holtz. There are 2 runners on for the Vikings with nobody out in the top of the third. Batter now Max Ream, who had that sacrifice fly that brought Fenters across the plate. Ream, the senior catcher for the Vikings. Talked about it in his first at-bat, but he has been on a power surge here in the postseason. 3 home runs in the sectional round, 2 against Portage, 1 against Hobart. So Ream has been playing some very good baseball. Fouls one away. And you talk about the offense with Ream. That's great. You take that. But what he's also been doing such a great job as the main catcher for the Vikings, working with Kroll, working with Fenters. He has been there day in and day out, able to help those 2 Division I bound pitchers. The 0-1 pitch, he puts it in the air towards right field. Morrow, the right fielder, camps out. He steps in, and it goes off the heel of his glove. So everybody is safe on the play. He had time to get under that one, then at the last minute stepped forward and then got the glove under it, and it goes off the heel of the glove and falls forward. So that puts Ream on base. It loads the bases for the Vikings. Dilly goes from second to third, Holtz from first to second, and now Ream on first. And Malloy will bat. McFarden will pinch run for the catcher, Ream, the courtesy runner. So Dilly at first, Holtz at second, Dilly at third, Holtz at second, McFarden at first. There will be a meeting at the mound for the Panthers, talking things over. They might be stalling here as well, as they're going to send someone down to the first base bullpen. They're going to get a pitcher ready, as Hess has been battling. They're going to send Will Meeks to the bullpen. But the bases are loaded. There is nobody out. It's a 3-0 lead for Valparaiso. And the batter now, DJ Malloy, the junior second baseman. Malloy had an RBI single in the first inning. And he works here with a green jersey at every base, nobody out. First pitch from Hess, outside for ball 1. So a walk, a single, and an error have loaded the bases for the Vikings. And they're trying to capitalize on it here. The 1-0 pitch from Hess. Fouled away by Malloy. It rolls all the way to the backstop. So it evens out up the count at a ball and a strike. So Malloy, a junior playing in a senior heavy lineup, gets ready for the 1-1. Called strike 2 at the corner. He does not offer. So now a ball and 2 strikes. Hess gets the sign from Mormon. Fires the 1-2 to the plate. Malloy swings over that low breaking ball for strike 3. It's the third punch out for Hess. And that was a much-needed strikeout with the bases loaded. You did not want to put a baseball in play. So Hess gets him to chase over one. That was low and away for strike 3. So there's one out, and the bases are loaded for Drayden Wilcox. He cannot line up that low breaking ball from Hess for strike 1. Wilcox grounded out to third base to end the first inning. So no balls and a strike. Wilcox steps out. The senior designated hitter, two-sport athlete for the Vikings. Batting .321 going into this game. He's driven in 18 runs. This is a golden opportunity to add to that. The pitch count 61 for Hess. Here's pitch number 62. Goes to the inside corner for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes. After the strikeout to Malloy, Hess has been able to get ahead in this count. So he has been really good command after that mound visit. But Wilcox jams it towards left field in the air. Jarvis, the left fielder, is able to catch it, and nobody will advance. Dilly was off the base at third and then had to hustle back to third to tag up, and at that point the relay throw was already being fired in, so caught maybe a little too far. I don't think he thought it was going to be playable for Jarvis, the left fielder, but it was. He makes the catch for out number 2. The bases remain loaded. And the batter now, Matt Savanek. The pitch gets away from the catcher, Mormon. He has no idea where it is as it goes behind him. And so Dilly is able to score on that play. That will make it a 4-0 lead for the Vikings. It was a low pitch from Hess. It goes between the wickets of Mormon, and then he looks up, couldn't find it. It was a couple feet behind him to the right, but the pass ball is able to score Dilly to make it a 4-0 lead for Valparaiso. Holtz goes from second to third. And now a fly ball to left center field from Savanek. It drops in front of Jarvis. It rolls past him. Both runners will score. So now the Vikings continue to add to this lead. They lead 6-0 in the top of the third inning. A 2 RBI single for Matt Savanek. It brings home McFarden and Holtz. And the Vikings lead by 6. So for Savanek, those are RBIs number 17 and 18. His 18th hit of the season. 2 RBI single for the senior right-hander. And another pitch gets away from the catcher. That will allow Savanek to scoot over to second base. So command has been a bit wild here in the last couple batters as the pass ball scored Kroll, and then a wild pitch advances Savanek. And the pitcher in the bullpen, Weeks, trying to get ready as the Vikings have brought in 3 runs in this half inning. The top of the order, and Gabe Bush back up. Bush 1 for 2 with a single in the first. He scored a run in that inning. The next pitch skips into the plate. The catcher gets in front of it. The count 2-0. It looked like maybe Hess was going to be able to get out of this inning after he got the strikeout and a flyout. Gets a strike in, makes it a 2-1, but then the pass ball scored Dilly. And a 2 RBI single from Savanek. Count 3-1 to Bush, and he puts it in the air, foul territory and along the first base side, and it just carries over the screen into the seats. So the count will go full at 3-2. So Hess just a strike away from getting out of this inning. His pitch count is over 70. Weeks, the right-hander, getting ready in the pen. If you can just get out of this inning and give him a clean inning in the fourth, try to get the offense back up. The payoff pitch just inside. Bush had to wait for the sign from the home plate umpire, but it was ball 4. He's now on base for the second time today with that walk And Trent Gill will step up. And now the Panthers head coach Josh Klinkenbeard will head out to the mound. This appears to be it for Noah Hess. They will go to the pen. Matt Weeks will enter. As he gets ready, we will step aside. You're listening to Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
If you are injured in a worksite accident or hurt by a defective product, go with the guy that has a proven track record litigating these cases. Otto Schragle, a principal partner at the Allen Law Group, will make sure those responsible for hurting you are held to account for their negligence. With multiple offices in Indiana and Illinois, you can reach them at 219-465-6292 or reach them out on the web at www.kenallenlaw.com.
Will Meeks, the junior right-hander, takes the hill for Fort Wayne Snider. He's an Enigenberg Exteriors home improvement hurler. So here are the stats from the righty Meeks. Meeks 2-0 on the year with an ERA of 2.68. This will be his 11th appearance out of the pen. He has gone 34 innings of work with 31 hits. He's allowed 21 runs. 13 of them have been earned. He's walked 16 batters and struck out 21. He takes the place of Noah Hess. Can't close the book on him yet as he's responsible for the 2 base runners, but he went 2 2/3 with 6 hits, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So the final few warm-up pitches being delivered by Meeks. Enigenberg Exteriors, a premier provider of roofing and siding services with over 40 years of experience. Check them out on the web at ebergexteriors.com. Gill fouls away the first pitch. It carries behind the backstop and into the seats just a few rows in front of us in the press area. So a loud foul ball for Gill. Starts off the count 0-1. Gill flew out to right field in the first inning, walked in the second. The 0-1 pitch from Meeks, fastball outside. Evens the count at 1-1. They throw over to second base where they were trying to catch Savanic wandering away from the base, and they almost got him. He had a long lead and then was going back to second on the throwdown. Was caught by surprise there. The 1-1 pitch to Bush. He sends it deep to left field, but Jarvis is able to track it down for out number 3. So that ends the inning, but the Vikings score 3 runs on 2 hits and a couple of walks as well. We are through 2.5. It's a 6-0 lead for the Vikings. You're listening to Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Bottom 3 here at Four Winds Field. Hess, Jarvis, and Morrow, the 1-2-3 due up for the Panthers of Fort Wayne Snider. Kroll remains on the mound for the Vikings. He has just needed 25 pitches to work through 6 batters. He's had 3 strikeouts. And now he'll be facing Noah Hess, who was the starting pitcher for the Panthers. Now he will be the designated hitter. This will be his first at-bat for the senior. The average of .313 on the season, 21 hits. He's driven in 17 runs. Hess, a left-handed batter, and now trying to work here at the plate after it didn't go his way on the mound, but you can still contribute now in the batting order. Takes the first pitch low for a ball. But so this could be a way to still help out his team. If you could be the first base runner, get a run across the plate. The 1-0 pitch, low and away, count goes 2-0. But that could be what could spark a rally for the Panthers. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball just misses below the knees for ball 3. So now Hess ahead in the count 3-0 against a pitcher in Kroll who does not walk very many batters. Just 7 walks on the season. The 3-0 pitch away for ball 4. So there's the 8th walk from Kroll. So in 44 innings pitched, he has walked 8 batters while striking out 80. And the batter now, Trevor Jarvis, senior left fielder for the Panthers. Jarvis, a 3-year starter, 2-sport athlete for the Panthers. Also part of the football squad, was part of that 2023 state champion team from the Panthers. The count 1-0. And then Kroll speeds in a fastball for his first strike of the inning. 90 miles per hour on that one. First at bat for Jarvis, the 1-1 pitch. Instead, it's a throw over to first base. Kroll to Fenters. Hess slides back safely. But that Panther team in 23, they took down Merrillville in the semi-state matchup. The 1-1 pitch, called strike 2. That fastball in the inner third, that was one. It was high and tight, so even if he gets a piece of it, you're probably just chopping it over to third base near the hands. And now the one, it's another throw over to first base. That one was a little high. Fenters had to jump up and make the catch, but if that goes over, that could have been trouble. So the Panthers have Landon Fry in the bullpen along the first baseline. The count 1-2. Kroll steps off, but something to keep in mind. The Panthers have already gone to the bullpen. They have another pitcher warming up. The 1-2, fouled away by Jarvis. And Fry is the shortstop as well, so there could be some movement in the defensive alignment if he does come in to pitch. So a ball and 2 strikes after Jarvis fouls away the off-speed pitch. Now the 1-2. High and away, evens the count up at 2-2. So this has been the most Kroll has had to work. Just missing a little bit here. The 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. His 4th punch out of the game. 89 miles per hour. Moving away from the batter. Jarvis swung above it. That's the first out of the inning. So now Raiden Morrow, the freshman right fielder, will take an at-bat. He's the number 9 batter in the lineup. He takes a strike at 88 miles per hour from Kroll. Starts off the count 0-1. So this is a big out for Kroll to get. The 0-1, swing and a miss for strike 2. But if you can get the freshman, the number 9 hitter out, and face the top of the order with 2 away, even with that runner on first, it's a little more comfortable. The 0-2 from Kroll. He cannot catch up to that 87-mile-per-hour fastball. He swings and misses for strike 3. The 5th strikeout for Kroll. There are now 2 away with a runner on first for the batter, Brandon Logan. Logan, another 2-sport athlete for these Panthers. He will be playing 2 sports at Notre Dame next year, football and baseball. First pitch from Kroll. He struck out swinging to lead off the game. Count now 1-0, but so a pair of players that will be teammates next season. The 1-0 pitch, Kroll and Logan. Logan, a defensive back on the football team, a center fielder for baseball. But Northeast Indiana Player of the Year, selected to the North-South All-Star Game. He takes the 2-1 pitch high in the air, but it's foul. Kroll will also be playing in that game for the Vikings. But a 4-year starter and a 4-year all-conference honoree, Brandon Logan of Fort Wayne Snider. The count 2 balls and a strike with 2 away. And Logan hammers this one towards right field, towards the corner. And it just goes foul, slicing out of play to the grassy berm in right field. That was really well struck. If it was fair, it could have been trouble. It gave a chance to go over the fence in that corner area. 336 feet down the line in right field, and that one just sliced foul at the last moment. So 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away, a runner at first base. The pitch from Kroll, and Logan puts it foul towards the right field side again, out of play. So Logan has really been making the Vikings work here. Fouled away a couple of tough 2-strike pitches. One that was just a couple of feet away from being a 2-run home run. And that could have really changed the complexion of this game as the Vikings lead 6-0. But Logan could have chased in 2. The 2-2 pitch. This one looping towards right field. This one is just foul again in the right field corner. It drops and goes into the well. So another 3 fouls by Logan, all towards that right field corner. Logan, a right-handed batter, so he's been a little bit behind against Kroll, but has been able to stay alive in this at-bat, working the pitch count of Kroll, as he just needed 25 pitches to get through the first 2 innings. But now his pitch count increased a little bit here in the third. Bottom 3 here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. And the runner Hess at first base. The pitch from Kroll, foul. This time it goes third base side. Rattles off the top of the Viking dugout back onto the field. Count stays 2-2. So 2 players that will be teammates 2 miles down the road at Notre Dame next season, locked in a intense battle. The 2-2 pitch from Kroll fouled towards the Viking bullpen on the third base side of the field. Count stays 2-2, but Kroll trying to get the upper hand for the Vikings. He was able to get Logan striking out, swinging in their first matchup. But here in the second, Logan has been a tough out to get. The 2-2. He swings at that high fastball. It again foul over the screen into the seats. So the count still 2-2. Approaching 10 pitches on this at-bat. Kroll holds the glove near the belt, and now Logan steps out of the box. So the at-bat continues. So a couple of in-state players going to Notre Dame next season. That's been big for the new coaching staff. Kroll out of the stretch. He freezes up Logan. He gets the upper hand in the battle with that called strike 3. He strikes out the side. The Panthers get their first base runner, but they leave him stranded after some nice pitching from Kroll. We are through 3 innings. The Vikings continue to lead 6-0. You're listening to Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Have you been to Bada Boom Fireworks in Lowell and DeMont yet? They have it all, big and small, from sparklers, spinners, and bottle rockets to artillery shells and aerial repeaters. Visit Bada Boom in Lowell and DeMont and choose from hundreds of items, including cakes, fountains, Big Daddy canister shells, and so much more. Put your love for America on full display this 4th of July. Celebrate our nation's independence and style with an assortment of fun and spectacular fireworks from Bada Boom Fireworks in Lowell and DeMont.
Top of the 4th inning, about to begin here at Four Winds Field. And at the conclusion of tonight's game, we will stay with us after the game. We'll name the Ironworkers 395 play of the game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. To find out how you can become a union ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. Trevor Fenters leads off for Valparaiso as the Vikings 6 runs on 6 hits. Moving into their third at-bats, Fenters batting in the 3 spot today. He walked and scored in the first and flew out to right field in the second. The 1-0 pitch just gets the corner for strike 1. Evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Fenters waits for the 1-1. And some nice movement by Meeks to get him waving over that breaking ball that was bending away from the right-handed batter. So the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Good off-speed pitch from Meeks. Now the 1-2. Breaks outside, evens the count up at 2-2. So Fenters will be playing in the Missouri Valley Conference next season at Indiana State. Waits for the 2-2. Outside, low and away. Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now the payoff pitch from Meeks. It's low for ball 4. Fenters starts off the inning with a walk, his second of the day. So good at bat from Fenters. Brings Caden Kroll up to bat. He has scored twice in this inning with a single. There's twice in this game. Single in the first, a walk in the third, although he was pinch run for by Gilly, so he has reached base twice, and then Dilly has scored twice. The first pitch inside. But going back to that bottom of the third inning, that lengthy, about 10-pitch at-bat between Kroll and Logan. And then Kroll got the upper hand with a nice pitch to the outer corner against the right-handed batter. Froze him up for strike 3. It's his future teammate. That's one of those at-bats they'll probably be talking about a lot when they are part of the same team. And another low pitch from Meeks makes it a 3-0 count. So in danger of walking back-to-back batters. With Fenters on first base, the 3-0 pitch. It's away for ball 4, so it's the second walk of the day for Kroll. It moves Fenters from first to second. Adler Holtz will bat. And then Dilly takes place for the pitcher on first base. And now we're going to see a mound visit for the Panthers. We did see Landon Fry was warming up in the bullpen. He is playing shortstop. There could be some movement here if he's called in to pitch. That appears to be what is taking place. So, third pitcher of the day for the Panthers. That'll be the end of the line for Meeks. He leaves with 2 runners on base and nobody out in the top of the 4th inning. The new pitcher, Fry, will get ready to work. Stick around. You're listening to Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Better Beef of Indiana. Hormone-free, locally raised, and locally processed beef. Better Beef of Indiana is located in Valpo at 2600 Beach Street, where you could buy individual cuts of beef completely raised in Hebron. From single pounds of ground beef to filet mignon, Better Beef of Indiana has it all. Visit their website at betterbeefindiana.com. Follow them on Facebook or call the owner, Kevin, directly at 219-508-5797. Better Beef of Indiana, where quality meets value.
Landon Fry is the new right-hander in for Fort Wayne Snider with 2 runners on, nobody out on the top of the fourth. His team trails 6-0. He is an Ennigan Exteriors home improvement home hurler. Fry 6-0 on the year in 8 appearances, an ERA of 1.18. He's gone 29 2/3 innings of work, 22 hits, 11 runs, 5 of those have been earned. He's walked 10 and struck out 22. Ennigan Exteriors, your all-in-one roofing specialist. Visit eBerg Exteriors for a quote. So Fry takes the place of Meeks, who was able to get the out to end the 3rd inning, but walked the first 2 batters he saw here in the 4th. The pitch from Fry, called strike 1 to Holtz. So going with that high fastball, but Fry has been one of the top pitchers for the Panthers all season, and they're calling his number. Down by 6 as Holtz drives it deep to left center. Going back is Logan. He gets there, makes the catch for out number 1, but that will allow Fenters to move over from second to third. That was a deep fly out by Holtz, but the defensive back, center fielder in Logan was able to track that down made it look easy, although I'm sure it wasn't, to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Max Ream bats here now for the Vikings. He had a sacrifice fly that drove in a run in his first at-bat and then reached on an error in his next at-bat. And he wastes no time, swings at the first pitch, and he will drop it into center field. It scores Fenters. It's an RBI for Ream, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So 26th RBI for Ream. He wasted no time against Fry, saw a pitch he liked, and then just drove it quickly to center. So 1 away, 2 runners on base, 1 run in already in this inning. The Vikings lead 7-0. Malloy takes the first pitch for a ball from Fry. The 1-0. Malloy fouls it off the screen near the Panther dugout. 7 runs on 7 hits for the Vikings. They've taken advantage on a couple defensive miscues and some walks to bring in some of those runs as well. The 1-1. Jammed towards shortstop. Rowe gets there, tosses to second, but they will not be able to turn 2 as Hess tries to scoop it up, but it gets away from him. So also mentioning Travis Rowe, the new shortstop, as Fry takes over on the mound. So Dilly moves over to third base. Ream is retired on the fielder's choice, and Malloy reaches base. Batter now, Drayden Wilcox. He works with runners on the corners and 1 away, or 2 away. And the first pitch from Fry, called strike 1. Wilcox 0 for 2 on the day, a ground out and a fly out in the first and third. Now the 1-0 pitch from Fry, and he will step off. He was looking at the runner at third base, Dilly. He's had some good speed all season long. He can make pitchers nervous. Fry checks the armband, goes to the plate, out of the stretch. Wilcox pokes it over to shortstop. Rowe gets there, tosses it over to Davis, who was covering second. They will retire Malloy with the force out. That will end the inning. The Vikings get 1 run, and they leave a couple on. We're through 3.5. Valparaiso leads over Snider 7-0. You're listening to Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Bottom of the fourth inning about to begin. Davis, Fry, and Snavely due up for the Panthers. In the bottom of the fourth, they have had just one base runner so far. Hess reached on a walk in the last inning, so the Panthers trying to work a comeback here, down 7-0 in the last of the fourth. Caden Kroll has been excellent on the mound so far with 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 48 pitches, so he's in a good spot to keep working in this game. Davis 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. Takes a first pitch strike on the far side of the plate. Starts off the count 0-1. So Davis waits, the 0-1 pitch. This one's off speed. He swings over it in the dirt for strike 2, so he's quickly behind 0-2. Davis, a 2-year starter, working at second base today. Now the 0-2 pitch fouled back towards the screen. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. So the Vikings, 3 runs in the first, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth. They've just done a good job of continuing to add to this lead. The 0-2, inside for a ball. They have not allowed a run since the sectional championship against Portage. They had a 5-0 shutout against Crown Point in the regional championship, their first in school history. And now ahead 7-0 in the semi-state round. Kroll sends a fastball past Davis. He cannot catch up to it for strike 3. First out of the inning gets him swinging. 7th strikeout for Kroll. Puts him up to 84 on the season. It's now Landon Fry, the batter for Snider. First pitch inside from Kroll. Fry grounded out to end the first inning. So the count 1-0, but 7 strikeouts for Kroll. He gets Fry swinging above that fastball. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. He went the distance against Crown Point in the regional championship. He went 5 innings with 8 strikeouts against Portage in the sectional championship. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. He has really been throwing it well for these Vikings. Also, 5 innings was all that was needed for the Vikings in the sectional round. The 1-2, jabbed foul just along the first base line. Ream waited for it to see if it was going to spin back and play. It did not. It came to a halt just a few feet away from the plate, so Fry stays alive with the count 1-2. 1 away. Davis, the leadoff batter, struck out. Snavely waiting on deck for the Panthers. So Kroll holds the glove near the belt, kicks and fires. The 1-2 sliced towards right field. Savanic rolls over, and he makes the catch about shoulder height for out number 2. So nice movement by the Viking right fielder to get the catch. There are 2 away, and the batter now, Isaiah Snavely. Snavely works with nobody on, 2 down, and his team down by 7. They need something to go their way quickly. You don't want to save it all for the later portions of the game, as we're just over halfway through this one. First pitch, fouled away towards the Viking dugout. And the Panthers already on their third pitcher of the game. It's been a good day at the plate for the Vikings. Now the 0-1 to Snavely. Low evens the count up at a ball and a strike. He struck out looking in the second inning against Kroll, but he's regarded as one of the top players in the class of 2027, playing on the varsity squad as a sophomore. The 1-1 delivery. Bounces in. Count goes 2-1. His father was drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays. Kroll, son of a former professional player as well. Both highly accomplished players in their own right. The 2-1 fouled away, evens the count up at 2-2. But that can help with the recruitment process, the high school career of a young player when your dad went through it and he knows what questions to ask or what to look for in a collegiate coaching staff. Having someone who knows what you're going through. The 2-2 pitch. He swings through it for strike 3. It's the 8th strikeout for Kroll, and it ends the 4th inning. 2 strikeouts and a flyout. We're through 4. Valparaiso leads 7-0. You're listening to Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Enigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Enigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit enigenberg.com for more information, or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Enigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies, proud to recognize the superheroes on the diamond. Landon Fry stays in the game for Fort Wayne Snider. He's the third pitcher used by these Panthers. The defensive alignment has changed a bit. Camden Davis playing shortstop. He started the day at second as Travis Rowe moves from short to second. He took the place of Fry, who was the original shortstop today, as he misses inside to the leadoff batter, Savanik. Noah Hess, who was the starting pitcher, now plays first base. Snavely still at third. The outfielders all remain the same as the 1-0 pitch goes all the way to the backstop, makes it a 2-0 count. Jarvis, Logan, and Morrow from left to right in the outfield. So 2-0 the count to Savanik as Fry steps off the count. Playing here in South Bend at Four Winds Field. Home of the South Bend Cubs. Now the 2-0 pitch from Fry. Outside for ball 3, so for Fry, you really can't afford walks here, as that's what's really been hurting the Panthers. 6 walks on the day through 3 pitchers, and you can make it 7 as it's a 4-pitch walk to Savanik. So Savanik, the number 9 spot in the lineup, he walks, so the top of the order will be up with Gabe Bush, nobody out, and a runner on first. And I mentioned it in one of his prior at-bats. Savanik is not your typical number 9 hitter. He's a experienced senior, batting over .309 on the season. He's driven in 20 runs. He's got some power as well with 6 doubles, 3 triples, and a home run. First pitch to Bush, a strike. Starts off the count 0-1, but that's good strategy. If you could put a batter like that in the 9 spot, once you get through that first time through the lineup, it really doesn't matter. As the 0-1 to Bush is sent towards left field, but Jarvis steps in and makes the catch for out number 1. Jarvis had to charge into that one and made the catch about chest height And that was the out for out number 1. But when you get Savanek on base, he can set the table for the top of the order. So Gill bats with 1 away and a runner at first. Gill 0 for 2 with a walk today. Waits for the first pitch from Fry. And it gets past the catcher. He missed it with the swing. It goes off the leg of Mormon, and Savanek moves over to second base. I thought maybe he got a piece of it because the way it went off of Mormon, it looked like it maybe was redirected and then hit his knee, because it looked like it was going towards his shoulder, then it changed direction towards his knee. That's why I was hesitant on the call there, because I thought it was a foul ball. But so now the umpires will have a conference. The call stands, so Savanek remains at second base. So it changed direction, got past Mormon, and next pitch from Fry is high. Count goes 1-1. So Savanek over at second base. 1 away here in the top of the 5th inning. Breaking ball called strike 2 to Gill. So the count now a ball and 2 strikes with 1 down, a man at second. Fry's 1-2 pitch. Low and away for ball 2. Evened up at 2-2. So Gill, a junior, committed to Indiana, as is Fry. So now we got another matchup between 2 future teammates. The 2-2 pitch. Fry takes it high in the air to left field. Jarvis goes all the way back to the warning track. He's able to get there for out number 2. Had a bit of a journey to get out there. He was running forward, then he had to pivot, he was running with his back towards home plate, then made a quick pivot, so then his chest was facing towards home, and was able to get there for the second out. So 2 flyouts to the left fielder after the leadoff walk to Savanek. He's now over at second base. Fenters, the batter, with 2 down and a runner in scoring position. Fenters has walked and scored twice in this ball game. Takes a first pitch strike from Fry. So there was that lengthy battle between Logan and Kroll, both of whom are committed to Notre Dame. Kroll got the upper hand, and then we just saw Gill and Fry, 2 players committed to Indiana, face off there. And Fry got the upper hand. Those matchups have favored the pitchers so far. Fenters lifts the 1-1 pitch in the air along the first base line. Hess is able to get there, just a step into foul territory to make the catch for out number 3. So the Vikings get the leadoff man on base, but they go scoreless through the top half of the 5th inning. 3 flyouts end things for the Vikings. But we're through 4.5. Valparaiso leads 7-0. You're listening to Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Bottom 5 at Four Winds Field. Valparaiso leads over Fort Wayne Snider 7-0. Kroll remains on the mound. He'll face Mormon, Keck, and Hess. As the Panthers, if you're looking at things, down to 9 outs remaining, trailing by 7. If you're going to crank up a comeback, this has got to be the time where you get things in motion, because if you save it all for the bottom of the 7th, that's a large hill to climb. So you got to start getting base runners. They've only had one runner on base so far this morning. I guess you could call it afternoon now, as we're past 12 o'clock here in South Bend. Depending where you're listening, it might be morning, but whatever. They've only had one base runner so far in this game, and that was through a walk, and they left him stranded at first base. So you need to get something going against Kroll. Mormon, the batter here, grounded out to first base on a slow roller to Fenters. That was back in the 2nd. He checks up but went far enough for a strike on that 89-mile-per-hour fastball from Kroll, so the count starts off 0-1. And he pokes it over to second base, but Malloy gets there, throws sidearm over to first base in time for out number 1. So that starts off the 5th inning. Batter now, Brady Keck. With one down and nobody on base, but so Kroll pitching about 2.5 miles away from his collegiate home here in South Bend, playing at the home of the South Bend Cubs. And Keck fouls it high and away behind the backstop, or just drops in play along the track, but Ream wasn't able to get there. But so for Kroll pitching in South Bend, you'll think he'll be doing a lot of that when he makes the move to college, and pretty cool to see a high-caliber player like that staying in state. The 0-1 pitch, called strike 2, was reading an article on a Notre Dame website that he was originally committed to Louisville, then decommitted after the coaching change at Notre Dame in 2023. His 0-2 pitch, fouled away. And so now he's staying in-state, playing for the Irish, and that's been a big change in the recruiting philosophy for Notre Dame. They've been getting a lot of players from Indiana and keeping them home. And Kroll, another example, Brandon Logan of Snider as well. High fastball from Kroll goes right past the batter, Keck. He swings and misses for strike 3. 9th strikeout for Kroll, and it's the 2nd out of the 5th inning. But Kroll staying home and trying to build something special at Notre Dame. But first things first, trying to cap off a historic run for the Vikings of Valparaiso. Speeds in a fastball to Noah Hess, who's now playing first base. Started the day on the mound for the Panthers. Count 0-1. Hess, the lone base runner of the day, takes a pitch low and away, evens the count up at 1-1. With 2 down and nobody on base, but Kroll, talking about him going to Notre Dame, playing for Valparaiso. His 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2, but when you talk about Vikings that played for the Fighting Irish, you always have to mention Jeff Samardzija, 2-sport athlete, baseball and football, long major league career for the Cubs, White Sox, and Giants. The 1-2 pitch from Kroll, low and away. So 2s are wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. But Kroll joining that legacy of Vikings to play for Notre Dame. His dad and Samardzija, the only 2 players from Valparaiso to play in the big leagues, Jim Kroll and Jeff Samardzija. But so Caden Kroll has the count full to Noah Hess, 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away. So getting ready for the payoff pitch. That's low and away for ball 4. So that's the 2nd walk of the day for Kroll. Both of them have been to Hess. So with 2 down in the inning, Hess gives the Panthers some life. Trevor Jarvis will bat with a runner on base and 2 away. And so Kroll trying to lock in and retire Jarvis. He fouls away the first pitch. A ground out to Mormon started the inning. Then Keck struck out. Hess walked, and the inning continues. So the count 0-1. Jarvis, the right-handed batter, as Kroll kicks and fires to the plate. Gets it high in the zone for strike 2. right near the letters of the jersey. So the count 0-2. Kroll looks over to the runner at first base, goes to the plate. The 0-2 fouled towards the screen. So wrapping up that thought on Kroll, this is another cool opportunity, not just pitching at a big league or a minor league stadium, but pitching in the same town as your future college. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. He's up to 10 strikeouts in the ball game. This one ends the 5th inning on that 80-mile-per-hour off-speed pitch. The Panthers get a runner on with the walk, but leave him stranded at first base. We're through 5 innings. Valparaiso leads 7-0. You're listening to Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Back for the top of the 6th inning here at Four Winds Field. Valparaiso leads Fort Wayne Snider 7-0. Kroll leads off. Swings through the first pitch from Fry. Kroll, 2 walks and a single on the day so far, in addition to his 10 strikeouts on the mound. Count 0-1. Pitch from Fry. High for a ball. So the Vikings ahead 7-0. Still some business to take care of as they're trying to add to this 7-run lead. But the winner of this game gets the winner of the game that will be following us, Westfield versus Goshen, and the semi-state championship played later tonight. The count 2-1 to Kroll. So the Vikings, you have to think they're starting to realize that could be a real possibility. Just 6 outs away from clinching their spot in that game, but you still have to take care of business. The 2-2 pitch, jammed towards the pitcher. It goes off the glove of Fry. He picks it up and just underhand tosses it over to first base to his buddy Hess to retire Kroll. That is the first out of this inning. So that was a line drive back towards the pitcher. Fry had to kind of lean out of the way of it, but stuck his glove back to knock it down, picked it up with his right hand and just tossed it over to first base where Hess made the play. So that's the first out of the inning, and then Holtz fouls away the first pitch from Fry. Starts off the count 0-1. Holtz 2 for 3 on the day, 2 singles, an RBI, and a run scored. The 0-1 pitch, high for a ball. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. And then a good off-speed pitch from Fry makes it a 1-2 count. So 1-2. Fry working quickly. Drops one to the left-handed batter's box. That will even the count up at 2-2. So Fry, the third pitcher of the day for Snider. And he's provided a little bit of stability, putting up that scoreless frame in the 5th as the 2-2 pitch is fouled away by Holtz. Holtz, big part of this Viking offense, batting in the 5 spot. Takes this one high in the air towards center field, but Logan steps over to his left and makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 quick outs on baseballs put in play for the Vikings. There are 2 down, nobody on base here in the top half of the sixth inning, and the batter now Max Ream. It's been an interesting stat line for Ream in the game that started this morning with a sacrifice flyout in the first that drove in a run, reached on an error and scored. And his next at-bat is he takes the first pitch high in the air to right field. Morrow moves over towards the line in right field, makes the catch for out number 3. So 3 Vikings up, 3 Vikings down, ends the top half of this inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning with Valparaiso leading 7-0. You're listening to Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
If you are injured in a worksite accident or hurt by a defective product, go with the guy that has a proven track record litigating these cases. Otto Schragle, a principal partner at the Allen Law Group, will make sure those responsible for hurting you are held to account for their negligence. With multiple offices in Indiana and Illinois, you could reach them at 219-465-6292 or reach them out on the web at www.kenallenlaw.com.
Bottom of the 6th inning about to begin here at Four Winds Field as we look around some of the other scores with this scoreboard update. In the 1A North Semi-State, Union City leads Couts 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th. In the 3A North Semi-State, Andrean leads Delta 3-1 in the bottom of the 3rd. Here in the 4A Semi-State, Valparaiso leads Snider 7-0. We'll have a new batter in for pinch hitter in for the Panthers. Jaden Garcia takes the spot of Raiden Morrow. So more on Garcia in a moment. Trying to disrupt what's been a good day for Kroll, and getting the senior Garcia into bat in place of the freshman Morrow. Garcia fouls it towards his team's dugout. Starts off the count 0-1. Garcia, the senior, batting .280 on the year in 25 games played. 14 hits, 7 RBIs, 2 doubles. It takes the place of Morrow, who is 0-1 with a strikeout. The 0-1 pitch. Can't catch up to it for strike 2. 89 miles per hour from Kroll. So no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. High and away. We go 1-2. 10 strikeouts for Kroll, 2 walks. Those have been the only 2 base runners. The 1-2. Poked over to second base. Malloy gets there, collects it, throws the first in time for out number 1. So the Panthers have put a few in play these last couple innings, but there's been some good defense by the Vikings to handle things as Brandon Logan bats for the 3rd time today. He's 0-2 with a pair of strikeouts, working with now 1 down in the bottom of the 6th. His team down to 5 outs remaining, trying to break through and also pick up his team's first hit of the day as Logan works against Kroll. They had a great battle in their last at-bat in the 3rd inning that went close to 10 pitches. It was a 2-2 count for much of that at-bat, with Logan just fouling a few away. He was a couple feet away from a 2-run home run. The 0-1 pitch just misses that far corner, evens the count up at a ball and a strike. But that was a great at-bat to watch between 2 players that will be playing for Notre Dame next season. But it was ultimately Kroll who got the upper hand, was able to catch him looking for his 2nd strikeout. The 1-1 High and away, we go 2-1. So we'll see what the third matchup between Kroll and Logan has in store, as there are 2 balls and a strike after the 91-mile-per-hour fastball missed high and away. The 2-1 fouled backwards towards the Viking dugout. Valpo occupying the third base dugout while Snider in the first base. So the count evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kroll looks for the sign from Ream. Shakes off the first. And now the 2-2 pitch. Skipped over to shortstop. Gill charges in on it, throws on the run, and beats Logan to first base. He was really flying down the line, but Gill was able to get him by a step for out number 2. 2 groundouts in the inning, but good plays by Malloy and Gill, the middle infielders of the Vikings. Malloy at second, Gill at short. They've been able to handle things, but that was a really good play by Gill, and those are some of the best hands in the business, just like the Bricklayers Local 4 Indiana, Kentucky. Check out baclocal4.org to find out how you can join the oldest continuous union in North America. The batter now, Camden Davis, the senior second baseman. He's 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts and trying to deliver for the Panthers. They just have not been able to get runners on base. He fouls this one. It rolls down the third base line towards Holtz at the hot corner for the Vikings. So the count 0-2 with 2 away, nobody on base. The only base runner of the day has been Noah Hess twice with 2 walks, 1 in the third and 1 in the fifth. The 0-2 pitch from Kroll. Swing and a miss for strike 3. He goes to 11 strikeouts in this game, and that one ends the 6th inning. Valparaiso leads over Fort Wayne Snider 7-0 as we head to the 7th. Stick around. You're listening to Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers 4 Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers 4 Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Top of the 7th inning at Four Winds Field in South Bend. Malloy, Wilcox, and Savanic, 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Vikings, due up. They lead 7-0, 7 runs on 7 hits against a Fort Wayne Snider team in their first semi-state appearance since 2009. That was also the year in which the Panthers won state. Malloy fouls away the first pitch. The Panthers, state champs in 2006 and 2009. But they have been on a great run in this postseason. They find themselves down against the Vikings in the final frame. The 0-1 pitch misses low from Fry, and Fry has been excellent in relief for the Panthers. Has not allowed a run as Malloy puts it in the air to center field. That will drop in right center, just ahead of Logan. So he starts off the 7th inning with a single for Malloy. That's his second base hit of the day, his third time on base. He reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th as well. So he's been having a good outing. Now Drayden Wilcox bats for the Vikings. Wilcox, one of several two-sport athletes playing in this one. He was the punter for the Valparaiso football team. Takes a first pitch strike from Fry. He's 0 for 3 on the day, 2 groundouts and a flyout. So he's trying to break through against Landon Fry. His 0-1 pitch, called strike 2 on the outer third. So out you need to get for Fry. If you could get the 8 and 9 hitters, avoid increasing the pressure with the top of the order looming. Wilcox pokes this over to second base. Rowe throws to Davis. He fires to first base, and it is in time. They will turn to 4-6-3. Rowe gets it at the middle of the infield, throws over to Davis at short, and then he quickly flips it to first base to Hess for a 4-6-3 twin killing, and that halts some of the momentum that the Vikings were building here in this frame. But a good job by the middle infield of the Panthers to put 2 outs on the board with 1 swing of the bat. The batter now, Matt Savanek, with nobody on and 2 away. Savanek, a 2 RBI single in the first and a walk in the 5th. That was a good rip in that 3rd inning, that 2 RBI swing. So now the 0-1 delivery, low near the ankles of Savanek. Makes it a 1-1 count with 2 down. Malloy reached on a single, but then he was retired on a ground-out double play, as now Savanek bounces it down to first base, where Hess scoops it up, moves over to his left to step on first base to end the inning. The Vikings will take the field, and it'll be the last opportunity for the Panthers. The bottom of the 7th coming up next. Valparaiso leads 7-0. You're listening to Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Have you been to Bada Boom Fireworks in Lowland, Demont yet? They have it all, big and small, from sparklers, spinners, and bottle rockets to artillery shells and aerial repeaters. Visit Bada Boom in Lowland, Demont and choose from hundreds of items, including cakes, fountains, Big Daddy canister shells, and so much more. Put your love for America on full display this 4th of July. Celebrate our nation's independence in style with an assortment of fun and spectacular fireworks from Bada Boom Fireworks in Lowell and Demont.
Bottom of the 7th inning, about to begin, and Snider down to their final opportunity. They will send Fry, Snavely, and Mormon down 7-0 against Caden Kroll, who has been dealing 11 strikeouts through 6 innings of work. He's only allowed 2 base runners. They have both been walks. And he has 3 outs to go from helping the Vikings add to an already historic season. They have captured their first regional championship. Now in their first semi-state appearance, trying to advance to their first semi-state championship and face the winner of Westfield versus Goshen. But 3 outs to go for Kroll. First pitch to Fry. Fastball for strike 1. Fry is 0 for 2. A ground out to third base in the first inning and a fly out to right field in the 4th. Kroll goes with the 0-1 pitch. Fastball a breaking ball misses outside, evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Kroll is up to 93 pitches, but doesn't seem to be showing any signs of fatigue as he fires a 90-mile-per-hour fastball for strike 2. He has thrown a complete game in the sectional championship and the regional championship. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded over to second base. Collected by Malloy. He fires the first in time for out number 1. It's a ground out for Fry. There's 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. And that was a good swing from Fry. One of the hardest hit balls we've seen from the Panthers, but it just goes right to Malloy. He didn't have to move much. just waited back for it at the end of the infield and threw to first in time. So now Isaiah Snavely, left-handed batting third baseman, up for the Panthers. The sophomore takes a strike from Kroll, 81 miles per hour. So took a little something off it. Snavely didn't offer. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today. He sends the 0-1 over to second base. Malloy rolls to the left, throws to Fenters. He gets him there. 2 down. And the Panthers down to their last opportunity. The batter is Jack Moorman. 2 away, down 7-0. They have only had 2 base runners. They both reached on walks. Caden Kroll has been dealing here at Four Winds Field. And the Viking faithful making some noise. Plenty of fans in green and black today. First pitch, fastball for a strike from Kroll. He kicks and fires the 0-1. Jammed in the air towards the seats, out of play. So now the Panthers down to their last strike. The Viking fans are getting on their feet. 0-2 with 2 away. Kroll against Moorman. Fouled back to the screen. Count remains 0-2. So Moorman just able to foul one away. Still down to his last strike, but keeps the count going as Kroll has now hit the century mark, 100 pitches. He gets the sign from Ream. Goes to the plate. Just high. Makes it a 1-2 count. But these Valparaiso fans that have traveled to South Bend are trying to cheer on Kroll. The 1-2 is high as well. So we go to 2-2 with 2 away. Moorman, 2 groundouts, 1 to third, 1 to second. The 2-2 pitch. Called, strike 3. That will do it. Caden Kroll throws a complete game, a no-hitter to help Valparaiso defeat Snider 7-0 in the semi-state semifinal. He freezes Moorman looking for his 12th strikeout, an 83-mile-per-hour curveball to complete the no-hitter. So the Vikings take down the Panthers. They will face the winner of the game that's about to take place between Westfield and Goshen in the semi-state championship. But Caden Kroll gets it done for Valparaiso with the complete game no-hitter here at Four Winds Field. What a day for Kroll. What a day for the Vikings. 7 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They have now won 18 in a row as they move along to the semi-state championship. We will step aside. When we come back, we'll hand out some hardware. You're listening to Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Better Beef of Indiana. Hormone-free, locally raised, and locally processed beef. Better Beef of Indiana is located in Valpo at 2600 Beach Street, where you could buy individual cuts of beef completely raised in Hebron. From single pounds of ground beef to filet mignon, Better Beef of Indiana has it all. Visit their website at betterbeefindiana.com. Follow them on Facebook or call the owner, Kevin, directly at 219-508-5797. Better Beef of Indiana, where quality meets value.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Wrapping things up at Four Winds Field, where Caden Kroll just threw a complete game no-hitter for Valparaiso to defeat Fort Wayne Snider 7-0 in the semi-state semifinal. Kroll was spectacular, going 7 innings of no-hit ball, no runs, 2 walks, and 12 strikeouts. The Vikings put up 7 runs on 8 hits. They did not have an extra base hit in this game. They took advantage of walks and various other wacky happenings to bring runs across the plate, scoring 7 times on 8 hits. So let's move along here, hand out some hardware. It's time to name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies have offices open from 9 o'clock to 7 o'clock Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 o'clock in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City. So the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, I don't think there's really any debate over this one. We will go with Caden Kroll, the starting pitcher for the Vikings. He threw a no-hitter, 7 innings of no-hit ball, no runs, 2 walks, and 12 strikeouts. The Notre Dame commit continues to add to what has been a historic season for the Vikings. And now we'll name our Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. The Blue Collar Player of the Game tonight we'll go a little different with this one. It's not necessarily a specific player, but we'll give it to the Valparaiso defense, as they really did a good job of helping Kroll out on plays put in play. He had 12 strikeouts, but then that means there were 15 other opportunities that were handled by the defense. Gill had some good defensive plays at short. Malloy made a really good play against Snavely for the second out of the 7th inning. The middle infield was excellent. The right fielder, or the outfielders, had to do some work as well. Savanic made a good catch in the 4th inning. But for the most part, it was all groundouts. There was only, if I'm reading my scorebook correctly, only one flyout. That was the one to Savanic. Everything else was hit to either Holtz, Gill, or Malloy, 1 to Fenters. So the Valparaiso defense gets the Blue Collar Player of the Game. You can earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. And now it's time to name the Ironworkers 395 Play of the Game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Ironworkers Local 395. For more information on the apprenticeship program, check out ironworkers395.com. And tonight's Ironworkers 395 Play of the Game tonight was, I think we'll go with the strikeout looking to Jack Mormon to complete the no-hitter, the final out of the game of the 7th inning. That will be the play of the game. That was the 12th strikeout for Kroll. That was tonight's Ironworkers 395 Play of the Game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395, Union Strong. Time to thank everyone involved with this morning's broadcast. To our management team at Region Sports, Chris Ramirez, Rich Castillo, Zach Miller, and Mike Dewan. To my producer, Zach Miller, doing a great job of keeping everything under control and keeping us on the air all game long. To the coaches of each side, Josh Klinkenbeard and Todd Evans of Snider and Valparaiso. To the athletic directors, Steve Ziembo of Snider and Stacy Adams from Valparaiso. And to the viewers at the IHSAA Champions Network, Facebook, YouTube, regionsports.com. A reminder that we will be live for the second game for the Vikings later tonight. That one's supposed to start around 6 o'clock, so we'll keep you updated on when that one will take place. But this is Leo Staudaher thanking you for listening to Game Day on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.